Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at Otherworld for a 300 plus monk. And the first thing worth mentioning is that whilst it's possible for a 300 plus monk, I generally think it's not really all that worth to hunt here until much higher. The thing is, you can hunt here at level 300, but because it's quite hard at level 300, you're going to be using so much supplies that the profit you make here is comparable with some other best profit spots, but the experience is going to be much worse than at some other profit spots. I found you can see some of the analyzers here in the screenshot. You can see my 420 analyzer and you can see my 600 plus analyzer. I think that this profit is really worth it once you have like level 600 plus and you've got your sanguine clause, and that's when you can really make like 2kk profit an hour here. It's great, but of course, if you are determined to hunt here, if you come here at level 300 plus with like a cobra bow, it's still going to be pretty damn good. You're still going to be making, like at least like 1kk profit per hour or so. So it's still okay if you really want to. But my actual personal recommendation is just wait until 600, because that's when you're really kind of making the most of this respawn and making lots and lots of profit. So overall tier rating, I give it a C tier for EXP and S for profit, which is exactly why it doesn't really make that much sense to come here early when the profit is comparable to some other spots, but the experience is bad. But again, up to you. Difficulty, it's about an 8 out of 10 by level 300, but like 3 out of 10 by the time you level 600. As you can see in my analyzer here on the right, I'm able to do a zero supply hunt here without too much trouble on level 600. So yeah, it becomes very, very easy. For bestiary, it'll take you about 6 hours for everything. And I had full charms active in both of those analyzers. So of course, if you don't have charms, it's going to be a little bit worse. Moving on, yeah, like I said, level 300 minimum, but 600 to really make the most of it, in my opinion. There is no access quest required. You don't need any dwarven ring or anything like that. And this place can be effectively hunted by monks, knights, and paladins for sure. Very good spot for all three of them. Druid and sorcerers. I think there's a magic level debuff here, which means that you probably don't want to come here as a mage. It's probably doable at a high enough level, probably not worth it. Duo is okay as well. I know a lot of people hunt here. Duo, full team hunt, maybe. I don't really see why the experience is not going to be very good. The profit's going to be okay. I don't know. I think it's possible, but I probably wouldn't bother. For recommended imbuements, you need all standard imbuements and no protection imbuement necessary, definitely at higher levels. If you come here as early as level 300, then of course I recommend an energy protection imbuement. And of course, the prismatic ring will also be very, very helpful here, given that it's 50% physical and 30% energy. And recommended weapon type, earth. Definitely need your earth weapons, so cobra bow on a lower level and sanguine claws at 600 plus. For supplies per hour, when you start off with, you're probably doing somewhere between like 800, like 1,000 ultimate spirit potions per hour. Obviously, your 6 transcendence potions. Charms, I recommend low blow, savage blow, overpower, and poison. I don't remember exactly the split that I did. I did low blow, I think, on the Sparkin, the one that has the least health. Then I did savage blow on the other one that has the least health. And then I think I did overpower on the most powerful one, which is the Reality Reaver. And then I did poison on the remaining one, whichever that was. I don't exactly remember, but it's not too bad. For the wheel, I'm using ascetic per quadrant, currently the best one. I do think a spiritual outburst would actually be okay for this respawn as well, due to the crazy density that there is here. So you can probably go spiritual outburst as well. And then your leftover points go into lesser gems, ideally with flat hit points. And the character you'll see in the video is a level 420 monk, 103 fist, and 45 magic level. So the route that I do is the Ankrachman portal. So here, that I'm highlighting is the entrance from Ankrachman. So this is like the very central bit near the hub. So we're gonna just say that you go up here, and we're gonna just start drawing the route out from the level +1, which is when you come in here. So I'll go in here, kiting, killing everything, usually kill off things around here. Then I sort of run back, and I run left here. And again, I grab everything, kiting, grab everything here, kill some things off here, and go off and, usually finish somewhere around here. Make sure to pick up the monsters from here. There's quite a lot of them there. Basically just, yeah, big long pull here that you do to finish off this level. At that point, I go down the hole here, which I believe is this hole here. So I'll come in here. Is it this one or is it this one? I can't remember. You go down one of these holes. I think it might be, maybe it's this one. I don't remember exactly. Either way, you come down and you sort of go up into the corner to finish everything off here. And then after you finish off this pull, you kind of go down through here. Usually you want to maybe do a pull around here. And then you go in here and do another pull somewhere by the wall around here. So there's 3 pulls on this level here and 2 big pulls on this level here. Of course, you can break those up into more of them if it's too hard, especially if you come here on a lower level. Maybe some of these pulls are too big for you and you want to break them down into more. That's fine. Lots of density, lots of room to make those smaller pulls if you want to. Generally speaking, though, you want to be moving as much as possible and kiting to avoid that damage, because those monsters do actually do a fair amount of damage. So you don't want to get like 8 boxed. If you get 8 boxed, even at like level 600, it's going to be tricky. So don't do that. 5 bucks at most. And anyway, yeah, amazing profit spot at level 600 plus. It's potentially one of the better profit spots. The other good profit spot comparable this is like Bash moves, so definitely up there in like top 2, top 3 profit spots around level 600, 2kk per hour more or less. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend you check it out. You can come here, as I mentioned, at lower level as well if you want to also check it out, make some profit, but it's not going to be really worth it. Like comparable spots at level 300, I would rather go somewhere like Were Tigers and Oskayat, which is going to have pretty much the same profit, but higher experience, right? So there's no real point to come to Otherworld unless you really overkill it at like level 600 with Sanguine Claws. Then you really make some good profit. Anyway, up to you. Thanks for watching. I'll play the video now, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.